You know, when I put down notes, it's a fine line between over-preparing and sounding stagnant and over-rehearsed in your comments and winging it and possibly saying something that you and everyone else will regret later. So I do put little notes to myself, and one of them is, who are you and why are you here? I think the first is a spiritual journey I'm still working on, but I'm here today as both your Economic Development Director, for those of you that don't know me, Robert Van Giens, and also a proud airport board member. And so I think that we're all aware of the purpose today, which is that our airport and our community are taking an important step forward. So on behalf of the fellow airport commission members, your FCEDC, we are incredibly grateful for the support our federal and state delegation, our private sector, the city council, and the entire community has shown this airport. And I don't think you could have found a more beautiful day. We have a lot of friends here. We have a large group of elected officials, which is always the risk. And I believe that's why Kevin asked me to do this, in case I miss somebody, that I'll bear the brunt of those errors. But we do have with us here the Honorable Judge Amons, Hope Mills Mayor Jackie Warner, members of the Board of Education, Joe Source, County Commissioners, Vice Chairman Faircloth, Michael Boos, Charles Evans, and Larry Lancaster, and members of our state delegation. It was great seeing both Representative Zoka and Richardson here with us today. And I think that saving the best and most equity engaged for last, we have, speaking today, Mayor Pro Tem Moan, Council members Tisha Waddell, Johnny Dawkins, and Kathy Jensen. Appreciate everyone being here. Did I miss anyone? I hope I didn't. Thank you all again. I really want to say to everyone who's played a role in this project and the growth and development of this airport, thank you for believing in our airport, for having a growth-oriented vision for Fayetteville and our region. This airport is the window through which 500,000 people a year see our community. It injects $750 million of economic activity into our local economy. It supports more than 4,400 jobs here in our region. And it's a powerful economic engine that can play a major role in evolving and improving our local economy. From where we stand right now, you are one connection away from 160 domestic and international destinations. You're yards away from dozens of tech-focused companies and tens of millions of dollars of tax-based and private sector investment. And you're surrounded by one of the best marketing assets that we have in our arsenal. So I sincerely hope that everybody here feels the way that I do, that investment in our airport is an investment in the future of our community. And it's my pleasure to pass along the microphone to my absolute favorite city manager in Fayetteville, Mr. Doug Hewitt, who, Doug, according to his bio, having served as city manager since 2016, has 20 years of experience in government. I just don't know how that could be possible when he looks so good. Please join me in welcoming City Manager Doug Hewitt.
Thank you, Rob. Good afternoon, everyone. It is amazing to be standing here with you today. The last time I saw such a large crowd for a city opening was when we opened our award-winning Segra Stadium downtown. What an amazing year 2019 has been so far, and the hits just keep coming. But again, welcome and thank you all for attending today. We are very excited and have been anxiously awaiting this day for quite some time now. As you can see from the area where we are now, this is quite some improvement over what used to be here a few years ago. I'm thankful for our city council and their desire to continually improve upon the city and its image. To both the residents and to those who are traveling to and from here, it is here that many who come to this area get their first and sometimes their only impression of Fayetteville. And when they see something like this, I'm most assured that they will be left with a great impression. The good news is that the city taxpayers' dollars did not pay for this. Federal grants did. And even better news is today is the ribbon cutting for Phase 1. But Phase 2 is still yet to come. By the time this is done, the entire airport will be something that we can all be proud of and will represent a positive image to our city, to others as they arrive and depart from our regional airport. But I'm not here today to talk. Really, I'm just here to show my appreciation again to the City Council and to the Airport Commission and to the airport staff for making all of this happen. But I'd also like to take this time to introduce our Mayor Pro Tem again, Ted Moan, who will also offer further words of welcome and appreciation from the entire City Council. Mayor Pro Tem.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Hewitt. You know, we all have our cheat sheets here, and mine looks pretty long, but it's font 16 bold, so. But anyway, no, we welcome you here, distinguished guests, you know, local residents, Airport Commission. It's very proud as Mayor Pro Tem to attend this ribbon cutting today. In total, it's going to be a $46 million project. This is just phase one. With the new concourse, it's going to feature 2 gates with passenger boarding bridges and 1 ground loading gate serviced by 2 parking positions. We're going to have a world-class airport that we all could be proud of. This is just the beginning. And the excitement to come is in addition to the restaurant right here, Tailwinds, this is where the restaurant is going to be. Part 2, we're going to tear down the other terminal, begins at the end of this year. And that should last about 2 years, and Tailwind should open in spring of 2020. So on behalf, you know, of the City Council, I want to thank you for your attendance today to this groundbreaking ribbon cutting celebration and the benefit both air and economic development opportunities to our community. Thank you.
I think everybody involved in government knows that while policy and directions and resources are allocated at the elected level, they count on a trained and quality staff to implement those goals and direction every single day. And so it is my pleasure to introduce, if you have not met our illustrious airport director, Brad Whitehead, before. Brad and I have something in common. He got started in his career in working with airports 43 years ago, and I got started 43 years ago. But that said, Brad is 43 years career in airport management. He's an accredited airport executive since 1984, and he's been our director since August 1995. And I don't think there's anybody out there who's more passionate about this airport and this community than Brad is. So Brad, please.
Thank you, Robert. Just a little straw poll. What do you think? Is this going to do it? Yeah. We're very excited. This has been a long time coming, and we've been planning many years. So just to remind you, time flies. And 50 years ago, on November 5th, 1969, the Airport Commission and the City Council dedicated a new terminal at Fayetteville Municipal Airport. And 50 years later, we celebrate the completion of the first half of this terminal renovation and modernization of the Fayetteville Regional Airport with today's ribbon cutting. The new concourse and connector increased capacity from 990 square feet to 2,500 square feet. And Mr. Moan has talked about those additions. We have our provisions for customer amenities like the plethora of charging stations you saw, which is key these days. The space also encompasses a new kitchen and restaurant operation by Tailwinds, and we are excited to have Tailwinds as our new partner. They have transformed customer offerings in the B concourse. With this new Tailwind space, they will be expanding services, food, beverage, and merchandise offerings. So this will be truly a wonderful space. The vision of this project is to enhance total customer experience. The final version of this terminal renovation will look like this in about 20 months. And we will meet, this facility at that time will meet our commercial aviation needs for the next 50 years without any problem. I'd like to thank our funding partners that made this possible. As Doug alluded, without tax dollars. We've been independent, we've been self-sufficient since 1994, and we're very proud of that. The Federal Aviation Administration and their Airport Improvement Program, special discretionary allocation of $20 million totaling. The North Carolina State Legislature's landmark legislation in the past 2 years provided us $2.3 million for this facility. We're hopeful that, and of course the legislature has already passed, I think it's Bill 100, it's a mini bill, and for another 2 years, and we're hoping the governor signs that. That will bring another, to this project, another $6 million. So that is profound, and the whole country looks upon that as how are you doing this in North Carolina in aviation? Well, the fact is the legislature recognizes the 20-to-1 economic impact cost benefit for investment of airports. That's the bottom line. It's an economic situation. Our airline passengers and rental car customers in the form of passenger facility charges and airport retained earnings have allowed us to accomplish this. TSA has the opportunity to provide funding in Part 2. Stay tuned. Thank you also to our building partners who made this all possible. Gordon Johnson and his team, RMF Engineers, Fleming and Associates, Crawford Design and Company, Talbert and Bright, DK Consultants, RS&H, and BLJ Construction. For the Resolute team, Resolute Building Company and their team, M&R Electric, Ivy Mechanical and Plumbing, VCS Fire Security, ThyssenKrupp Passenger Bridges and Elevator. Now, I would like to point out that 50% of the contractors in the cost of this facility were local, minority, or DBE. I think that's quite an accomplishment as well. I'd like to thank our partners, even though we're just a major customer. PwC, with the utility installments they did here, made major upgrades to the electrical service and water service. We used to be a dead end on the end of a PwC line. And when storms come and power goes out, we get nervous. We do have generators and so forth, but PwC made an investment a couple years ago and they created a loop. So we have actually 2 areas that can be fed into the airport, and they recognize the significance of keeping the facility going. So we appreciate that as well. I have to say my airport staff, administration, custodial, maintenance, fire, police, all of whom step up every day to interact with our customers and tenants, partners. They work as a team and for considerably significant and to a completion of this project for the past 2 years. They've had significant impacts. Thank you to our dedicated airport commissioners that we've had for many years. Some of them are here that have been served before. I've been fortunate in my 24 years to always have wonderful men and women from the community serving on this board. They're dedicated and worked with me and my team to accomplish wonderful things out here. This is a culmination of a lot of it. So this is your local airport facility, and we encourage you to choose to fly Fayetteville because time really does fly. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our chairman of the Airport Commission, Mr. Hector Ray.
Thank you, Brad. I want to take just a quick minute to thank everyone for coming today. I want to thank the fellow airport commissioners that are here, and I'd like to recognize everyone that's on the commission that serves with me. I have Mark Lynch, Sandy Ammons, Judy Dawkins, Vic Carnavale, Robert Van Giens, Wilson Lacey, Jay Wyatt, and John Morosky. I appreciate all of these men and women. They're very dedicated and they're very prompt and diligent at the meetings. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank several people that are here today that helped plan this event. I want to thank you and thank you also for the airport staff for doing that. Allison Rogers that's over there, she was very key in putting this together. Judy Dawkins was very instrumental. Once again, Robert Van Giens, Sandy Ammons, and John Morosky. thank everybody for doing it. You've heard all the statistics. Over 500,000 people traverse through our airport in a year, and my thoughts are, wow, we get the opportunity now. What a great first impression people are going to feel when they come to our city. So that's exciting to us. That we're going to make sure operationally that they will receive the best experience possible here. We have a lot of elected officials, and Robert did an excellent job remembering all of them. Thank you for taking out of your busy schedule and your time to be here. It means a lot to us. I thank again our building partners, Gordon Johnson and Resolute Building. We certainly appreciate all that you've done here. Lastly, I want to thank the airport staff, Brad and all of his staff. They work hard day in and day out to make us proud of this airport and keep it running smoothly. It's a very complex task that oftentimes people don't realize till you get involved. So thank you very much on that. At this time, I'd like to invite our city officials, the airport commissioners, and state legislatures to join us up here for the ribbon cutting.
Thank you, sir. That was very nice. Come on
Let me say one other thing. We appreciate our partners in CorpCom that put all this stuff together for us. And our print shop did these lovely renderings over here, so appreciate it.
And that concludes the formal program for today. Please enjoy some food and some fellowship. Take a good look around and just be proud to know that you're the very first people to see the inside of this terminal. We can't wait to show it to so many more.